giving me options now. Are we recording? Do you still got to see the record button?
Yeah, it's
Going on my end. All right, so I just wanted to, this is going to hopefully be short and sweet because I do have to get up at 3:45 in the morning. I wanted to talk about events and the upcoming holidays. I feel like we all, when they get here, I'm like, oh, I see all these cute ideas, and I wish that I had the time to do these things. So I wanted to get ahead of the ball game on this. So we have holidays coming up. You have, people are going to be doing things for teachers for Thanksgiving, and Amy, you know about this. Things for Thanksgiving, and also, Christmas rolls around. So these are going to be here before we know it because October is right around the corner. With Halloween, I think Tina, I don't see her face on here, but I see her name on there. And I've done this before too, taking your business card. It's little things, taking your business card and attaching it to a just a dum-dum or lollipop or whatever. So when you give out candy at Halloween, the kids get their little handful, and you can give the lollipop with your business card on it to the parents. Tina, I can't tell if you're muted or not. I think you did that with the dum-dums and the business cards, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do anything else with it?
No, not for Halloween. No.
Okay.
At Christmas I did, but not at Halloween.
Okay, yeah, I just did that at Halloween too. I think I got a little bit of interest off of it, and I did it years ago because we've gotten to where we just don't hand out candy anymore because we were either in Orange, handing out candy on Main Street with Jeff's business or doing other things. Actually, last year we had volleyball games, so I wasn't even here at all. But those are great things to do. And at Christmas, I'll just skip ahead since I'm kind of talking about the goodie bags. And I know Tina's done these. I don't know if you've done these, Amy, but you can just get these little bags. This is one of the ones I did a couple years ago. Just get these little bags at the Dollar Tree. Fill them, I think, see what I put in this one. I don't remember what I put in it. So I had a business card in it. I had in, I didn't do a sample of Slim in them. Not all of them. Some of them I did. I would do like the little Ease packets. You can do the body cream packet. Little just Hershey Kisses. I actually put chapstick in them too. But those I would have on me. I'd always have like 5 of them in my purse. So around the holidays, especially on Black Friday, if you go out Black Friday shopping right after Thanksgiving, just having like a little stick of Slim in them and like the Ease samples are great to give to the cashiers that are out there working on Black Friday. Amy, have you done those before? Tina, you've done those, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I have.
Did you have anything? What did you put in yours?
I did candy canes, tea light candles, my business card, Plexus body cream, sample pack, Ease sample pack. And I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to put all those samples in one bag. And I think, the Ease packet, the Ease samples are great around the holidays too, because there's people that are sitting there standing, doing Black Friday, cashier of Black Friday, that have their feet hurt. They can use this on their feet. And the Slim, if you want to put one of those in there, it's a little more easier on the budget to do the Ease samples instead of the Slim sticks. But you can always have a little variety of them in your purse when you're out doing your shopping, and you kind of feel which sample you think you should give to them. Cashiers, when they're standing there doing Black Friday, checking everybody out, they start talking. Especially if you strike up a conversation, which I do highly encourage you to do, you can kind of feel which kind of package you need to give them, or little goodie bag is a little saying thank you. Same thing, you can do the same thing with, anybody that you're doing things with around the holiday. Your mailman, the people at the bank, any of those people, just give a little sample to. You just never know where it's going to lead. It may not lead anywhere, but you're at least trying to open that door through the holidays. Also, vendor events. I know Joy just did a vendor event not long ago.
I did.
Yeah. There's tons of those going on this time of year. Churches are having their bazaars. If you can get in, and I'm not telling you to spend a fortune on a booth, because I don't think that you should. I think that it should be I think personally, under $100 for a booth. I wouldn't spend any more on that. I wouldn't even go that high. I'm actually getting ready to do one for Highland. I got a table. It's $25, but it's 2 days. So I just don't think spend a whole lot of money on those. But you also keep in mind, all of these are tax write-offs. So keep track of what you're doing. If you're buying the little bags from the Dollar Tree, keep track of all of that. It's all tax write-offs. But back to the vendor events, just don't spend a lot of money on it. Like you said, I don't know exactly what you ended up setting up, Joy, but I know that I had sent you, I had so many of those Joy kits that I had bought that had the cute little box with it. I kept all my boxes because those are great things to display when you're setting up at the vendor events. Keep all of your empty bottles, your Joy all of them, just to help you display at a table. And if you're going to do a giveaway, I would do a 3 or 7 day trial pack as a giveaway to draw people in to get names. It just depends on what kind of event it is, how many names you can get. And those are just people that you can reach out to again. I've had, some good success off of events, just all depends on the event. That's why I just say don't spend a ton of money on the events if you're going to do them. I used to do a lot of them. My schedule doesn't really allow it anymore. Have you guys done? Did you have good success at the one you did, Joy?
I did. I think it was interesting because I was trying to pull everything together. I'm definitely on an extremely tight budget, so I was trying to be creative.
Right.
And I was very fortunate because I received all those empty bottles and things, so the setup was very nice. And it was at a gym. I've worked at several gyms. So it was at a gym where one of my old employees was opening a gym. So I felt like that was like a good place for me to start.
Right.
And I created contact cards, where I just printed them out on like cardstock and things of that nature to enter for a drawing. The conversations went really well. And I feel like it was a good thing for me to knock off some of that rust and of course that apprehension and fear, of getting out there and talking to people. But it was very successful. I really had set my goals very high. I set my goals for 30 contacts. But I only received 10, of which 8 I'm still in contact with and still are appearing to be interested. So I'm just going to continue to massage that and, keep in contact with them and ask how their health and fitness goals are going and things of that nature. So I feel like it was a success, even though nothing's really come to fruition yet. But I know sometimes these things take time, but I felt like it was a success. And I learned a lot. I learned what I would do different. I was like, yeah. And then things that I thought went well. And I just took notes when I first came home so it would be fresh in my mind for my next event.
Right. And, some of the events that I've done, especially in the very beginning, I may not have gotten a single order off of it, but just getting out and talking to people.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I started out when I very first started out, I was stumbling all over my words. I was like, what am I going to say to them when they come up to the table?
Right.
It is really good for that, for sure. And also especially since you did it in a gym, and one of the things I was going to mention also for keeping in contact with people and getting people's names throughout the holiday season is Plexus. I think it's the last 2 years we've done that weight loss challenge, which starts in January, if I'm remembering correctly. But that corporate does through corporate, and they have some really amazing prizes in there. And don't think that they're out of reach because because ambassadors can do it also. I actually had one of my ambassadors here in Culpeper who got like an honorable mention or something like that. I think she got like $500.
Oh, wow.
As an honorable mention. And she didn't win. She did amazing through the contest. But they'll have that. I think it starts in January. They'll have more information probably coming out. Probably. I would think.
That's awesome.
So all your gym contacts, that's another thing that you can reach out to them with when we get that information.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Also, home events. If you have to, I know Amy does little events in her house all the time. Especially, this is really good. And I want to say you did this, Amy. Didn't you do like a cookie exchange and kind of include Plexus?
So I wanted to do that.
You wanted to. Okay.
And yes, and so, but I started the ball too late
Okay.
for that last year because then you have that hustle and bustle of the Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that is on my list, but I need to start planning that at the beginning of November and not the first week in December.
Right. I am actually, and the one thing I was going to say too, when you're doing your home events, is teaming up. I actually have a girl. She's actually an ambassador. She's just basically a wholesale ambassador for herself. She actually has her own personal. She does massage and facials and stuff. So we're doing a party here in November, the middle of November. So I'm kind of teaming up with her. So she's going to come in and offer facials and brow waxing and tinting and lash tinting and something else she's going to offer. And she's charging for it, and her prices are extremely reasonable. But I'm going to also have a little setup about Joyum when she comes and does that. So, teaming up with other people that have, or especially around the holidays when people are wanting to shop and they can help support people like us and people who, do whatever. I wouldn't necessarily join up with someone who has a competing product. But like, for instance, I would not join up with Rodan and Fields just to throw one out there and do something with them. But if you have friends, or if you even have friends that make things, they don't have to necessarily do network marketing. You could team up with them and have a little, tea or coffee in your house and feature the products that way. Have any of you, Amy or Tina, have y'all joined up with anybody and done anything like that? You did, Amy?
I did. Before we had Joyum, I actually did team up with Rodan and Fields.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. That was prior to us doing Joyum. But it was fantastic. I ended up getting 5 preferred customers that day, and she got 3. And the cool thing was, like, they were already her Rodan and Field customers, and they were already my Plexus customers. And we kind of, just shared what was going on. The neat thing, my Plexus customers were sharing their testimony. Her Rodan and Field customers were sharing their testimony with my customers. So it was just a really cool experience. Yeah, that's what we did. But I won't do that now that, Joyum is stocks off of things.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, we're not allowed to.
No.
There are rules especially about how we work with other direct sales companies.
Yep.
How we post and things about those. So we still have to be careful even if we are working with someone else. And so, reading up on all of those rules and knowing what they say prior to doing that is important.
Yes.
Amy, I actually, could you direct me? Is that in virtual office on where those rules are?
Yes. Let me, what I'll do is I'll find them and I'll post them. Do you want me to put them on our thread, or do you want me to send them to Joy?
Oh, you can put them on the thread. That's fine.
Okay. I'll find those and I'll post those on there this evening.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've actually joined with one of my high school friends, and does like paparazzi. So she does the $5 jewelry. So we're kind of networking together, as far as contacts and things of that nature. And I'm actually trying to she's going to New Jersey, and she's invited me to, do a vendor table. I want to make sure that I'm not, doing anything inappropriate for Plexus. So that would be great.
Sure, I'll put those on there.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't even think of that. So I'm glad that I'm on the call and hearing that before I do something.
It should be fine if you're just doing a vendor event.
Yeah. It's more about making sure that you're not cross recruiting and things like that. And it's just to be careful with that. But I'll post it on there. You can read over it and let us know if you have.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Also, I want to say when you're sitting here, of course, doing all these events and making sure that you continue to reach out to people throughout the holiday season, because everybody gets busy during the holiday season. Nobody, things do start to lag off a little bit during the holiday season, because people are spending money on Christmas, and they're got money going here, there, and everywhere, and they tend to not have the money to place orders. So keeping things strong and keeping to make those contacts will help build into January, when all of a sudden everybody's making those New Year's resolutions and they want to get fit, and they're going to start, I don't know if you've been in a gym come January the 2nd, but that's when everybody wants to come in and work on their health and their fitness. So it's a great time to continue to be reaching out to people. And then another thing too is our convention contest starts, usually it's January through May, right? January through May. So you have that also, and I would also encourage you, I don't have the dates in front of me, is to go ahead and put convention on your calendar. I do not know where it'll be, but we should find out hopefully in October when we go to Leaders Retreat. I think so far it's me, Amy, and Tina, and Marissa going to Leaders Retreat.
Yay, that's exciting.
So was she saying something else? Okay. So we'll find out hopefully then where convention will be. I hope it's not in Vegas again, but if it is, I'll be there. So we'll find out where that's going to be. And then they'll have the contest, which comes out. And you can earn prizes. Amy, what did you earn? Did you earn money last year? You're muted.
I keep doing that because I'm coughing, and so I keep clicking mute. Yes, I earned 500. Well, I earned 500 and 150, so 650 altogether.
Okay. So yeah, so don't think that all of these contests are out of reach, because they're not.
No.
I mean, there's 4 of us on this call that are going on the cruise that we earned next month. So you just have to set your
3
sights on it and go for it. Like Marissa, I don't know if you guys watched Marissa's craziness unfold, but that was the most fun thing to watch ever. And her earn that cruise.
Yes.
So you have to set your sights on that. And then everyone that's currently in Maui, that is absolutely not out of reach either. You just have to set your goals. And I'm sure someone's going to come up with and have the time to sit down and come up with all the numbers to get there. But you can start working on that now. You just have to have the points to be there by July 31st, right? July 31st for Maui. So does anybody else have anything else to cover on events? Anything you want to add? I know, Amy, you've had a bunch in your home. Anything that was a good, bad, won't do again?
I mean, Tina and I kind of tag team those together, to say tag team, but I mean, we work together on those. But Tina, I can't think of any that I'd say I wouldn't do again. I mean, I think we learn from each one.
Yeah, I don't think that would do anything different. I love the idea, and I really wish I could open my home. I would love to have several vendors in the area come together and allow people to do their Christmas shopping before Christmas, and to have Plexus and Joyome on display for myself, but I do not have the space.
Oh, there you go. Amy put it in the chat. I see it. Is there somewhere that you can rent for like free or cheap?
I guess the Betty Queen Center for us is probably the closest place, and it's pretty reasonable. I think it's like about $20, $30.
Yeah. But that just depends on the room. I don't know if that room's got that big, huge table in the middle, right?
Right.
Yeah. Too. Well, generally, especially if you're a member, they will let you use like their banquet halls. And so
Right.
just finding a location. I was gonna say something else. What was it? Schools too do vendor fairs. A lot, like I've done the one at Floyd T. Benz a couple of times. I said after the last one I would never do it again because there was more LuLaRoe in there than there was anything. I guarantee you there was 10 LuLaRoe vendors in there. I'm like, why did you allow 10 of them to come into the school? That wasn't organized very well, but so some of them I won't do again. But it was a donation to the school, and I learned my lesson on that one. But yeah, I just would keep it simple, especially in the home. Just keep as simple as you can keep it, the better off you are. I personally think. As it goes down to whatever you're going to provide food and drink wise. Also back to the vendor events, if you're setting up a table, I have found when I first started, I would just mix up like a big pitcher of Slim. But I've gotten to where I mix it up a water bottle at a time now when I do those. That way, I'm not drinking 3 gallons of Slim at the end of the event, but that didn't get used, and it just doesn't waste it. So I think when you do a vendor event, I mean, it just depends on how big it is. You really don't need to go through very many packets of Slim because you're just giving out little samples. And I would pick one Slim and go with it. Now that we have 2 options available, I mean, I don't know which one to tell you to pick, but I think just pick one and go with it. I wouldn't sample both of them for sure.
I agree with that.
Anything else on events? Anything else on making it through the holidays other than sticking to it?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, going through the
I
holidays,
had a question.
consistency is going to be very important.
And I'd like to mention, you're going to be seeing a lot of those people at the holidays that you normally would not see. So always carry your product with you and let people see you mixing your drink in front of them.
Yep.
That's a huge thing, because, even if you haven't talked to them about Plexus before, that's going to bring up conversation. And of course, you want to have samples with you there in case you want to slip one to somebody. But that's a great way to, bring up Plexus at an event.
Also, if you don't have a Plexus shirt, I highly encourage you to get on Etsy and grab one because you can wear that when you're out doing your holiday shopping.
Yes, I got a new customer at the hair place the other day. I wasn't even there. I was at home. One of my girls wore one of my Plexus shirts.
Oh, there you go.
And the lady cutting her hair asked her about it. And she's like, oh, you need to talk to my mom. And so, isn't that just wild?
Yep.
So,
and
glad.
When you're out seeing people, like we just got a brand new tailgating spot at the JMU games. And I have all these new people around me that I'm going to be with every single home game. And I don't even talk about Plexus with these people. I just get their information. I hand my phone to them, say, put your name in here on Facebook because everybody's name's come up Punky on Facebook. And then they'll become friends on Facebook. And even though I'm trying to coordinate tailgates, you can see, Plexus posts or what have you.
That's a good idea. I often wonder because it's like, how do you broach those subjects? Like how do you, if you're at a get together, because I've been fortunate enough, my brother-in-law is a grand knight at one of the councils, and I go to all the events and everything to support him and for the church and everything. And I'm surrounded by all these people, and I just feel like, golly, this is such a huge opportunity, but I don't know how to broach it and bring it up. But so I really like that idea of, hey, put your contact information and everything. So for Facebook, that's great.
Yeah. I mean,
something simple.
You don't even have to mention Plexus, and you just never know where it's going to go.
Right.
Yeah. Just adding people to social media. And of course, Joy, you're on Instagram too, right? Quite a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, just even if you don't get their contact information right then and there, just jot down their name in the notes of your phone if you've gotten their first and last
Right.
name. And then you can search for them later and just send them a quick message on Facebook or whatever. So, it was very nice meeting you tonight. Nice chatting with you. And just strike up a conversation. You don't even have to talk about Plexus at all.
Perfect. Love it.
Yep.
I will
Anything
say
else?
where I live, like people aren't quite as friendly. Just because I work in DC and I live on the outskirts of DC, so and my kids are grown, so like some of that sometimes is a little bit more difficult. For those relationships and things of that nature. So there's not a lot of, come on over to the house kind of deal. We're having an open house or whatever.
Right.
It's rare and it's few and far between. So I need to your little tricks like that are very not tricks but ideas and are great. Thank you.
Yeah. Another thing too, on teaming up with people in the home. If you have any friends, I can't name it. I don't remember the name of the company, but I have a friend who's getting ready to sign up and do it. Is the wine tastings in the home? Do y'all know that name of that company where you actually go in and sample wines?
No, but I need to. Sounds wonderful.
I think it's the name of her company. It's a home-based business too. But when she gets up and going, I'm going to have her come here to Culpeper and we'll just do a wine night. And then also do Plexus also a little bit, but just really who doesn't want to get out of the house and sample some wines or.
Right. Absolutely. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. And also I used long time ago, feels like a long time ago anyway, is throwing a theme to having people over, like Plexus and margaritas kind of thing, or Plexus and nacho night or whatever, to have a theme with it if you just want to have people over. I wouldn't invite 100 people.
No.
Find a handful and do those little events in the house. I really do like Amy's idea of the cookie exchange because I feel like everybody goes to a cookie exchange at some point during the
Then
house.
Amy, are you just you're coordinating the cookie exchange and then just working off of the context, the same basic concept, or are you introducing Plexus at that time, or it's just a contact opportunity?
Well, I will, it'll mainly probably be like my close friends coming over or like teachers who I work with, or people from church. But when, everybody will have a bag of cookies and you'll have the recipe, but with mine, I'm also going to attach, a stick of Slim. And
Oh, nice.
right. And so then I know all those people, I'm going to be following up with them on that, but I'm also going to have, Plexus there for them to taste also, along with probably apple cider and maybe, I don't know, I haven't thought about what else I'm going to have.
Block. You need block out.
Yeah, I'll definitely have.
Oh, heck yes.
Just
That's
something
amazing.
really simple where we have fun doing that. Another idea is to do a white elephant.
Oh,
The cookies,
yes.
but do the white elephant. And then you could have a fun little gift bag for all your guests with something funny in there and then a stick of Slim. If you don't want to do the cookie exchange. Another idea that I was going to do is with my current customers, I was going to invite them over for a wrapping party and have girls here to help. And like we can help wrap their gifts, especially those with like younger children or whatever, like load everything in your car. So that was an idea, if that's something you want to do, so buying the paper this year and doing it next year.
Right.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I've just been brainstorming a lot of different ways to reach different people.
Another thing too.
Those
is
are all great ideas.
You can do the paint nights also.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun. I actually did that many years ago as a team event. That was a lot of fun.
Even going to the paint events, even if you don't host one, but if you go to one,
Right.
I have 2 ambassadors on my team who I never knew prior to going to a paint night. And then I friended them
Wow.
on Facebook, and then they started seeing my post on Facebook, and they contacted me and joined as ambassadors. So
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, so it's like Cheryl said, reaching out and making those relationships all the time.
Constant.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like this month, I actually hit the 5-star achiever. Robin's been a little too intoxicated to make my post, so
Well, congratulations.
thank you. But 2 of those people are brand new Joy-Own people, and they're teenagers. Parents buying it for their teenagers. I think I have 4
Wow.
teenagers in Joy-Own already.
Yeah, but you have fantastic testimony in your house for
I
that.
know. It's
Great.
crazy. Well, you know, a
Marissa,
friend,
you had a question? Marissa?
Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry, my
Yeah.
connection
Did you
is.
have a question?
I had a question, but it was about Super Saturday. When is, since we were talking about convention and things.
Yeah. Super Saturday is January 12th.
Okay.
I was so excited about that because they always do it the weekend of Jeff's birthday. I think it gets me out of that this year because it's usually like January the 6th or 7th.
Yeah, so it's the 12th. Of course, we don't know, where it is or how
Where?
this year. I'm definitely going to one in person this year because last year was the first year they did it virtually where you could tune in online, and I did not connect to the event in the same
Right.
way as I did by physically being there. So I think it's great if you can't get to the event to do it that way, but to not allow that to be your excuse not to go if you can get to it. I think if it's within 2 hours of your house, you should be there.
I went 2 years ago to Philadelphia in a snowstorm.
Yeah, we did too.
No,
Tina and I did.
that's right.
And Marissa was with us.
Marissa there. And I think I had another girl come in from New Jersey to that event. Yeah, because we took a whole carload up.
What is Super Saturday?
It's training. Is it all? It's not all day, is it?
Yeah.
It's close to it.
It's
I
a good
was.
portion of the day. I think does it start at 9 in the morning? I know we left really, really early. I want to say it starts at 9 in the morning and goes till after lunch, right?
Yeah, we spent the night on Friday night.
We did not. We drove up and came back.
I cried most of it.
It's training, and it's really usually fantastic training, and you usually end up with some kind of goodie, and you meet lots of people. You definitely are there, but you have to jump on those quickly and sign up quickly for whichever location is closest to you because they do fill up and sell out.
Okay.
And I want to say is it like $19.99 to go?
Yeah, that's what it was last year.
Yeah, it's not very much, and that's just to help pay for the location. But yeah, they're definitely any event that you can get to, especially when corporate does, is well worth it. Then they'll do those, what do they call it? The tours.
Opportunity tours.
Opportunity tours. Now I will say it's harder for me to get to those because they generally don't have. They usually Richmond way. They're harder for me to get to. Now they usually do one up your way, Joy, like Maryland, or they'll do Baltimore.
Nice.
I think.
Wonderful.
But they'll do those, and those are free to go to.
Mhm.
You just have to get there. And those are just a
That's
big
awesome.
opportunity. Those are just a big opportunity meeting. So you should really plan to take people with you that are not ambassadors. And you'll hear great testimonies and all those at those events.
Nice.
But yes, but convention is a huge one. And Amy and Tina and I were talking about this. I'm not taking my husband this year. He is staying home. He has zero fun at those events because it's work. We are pretty much in training all day. Now they do parties and functions at night, but you're working a lot there. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of people. And we can bunk up 4 people to a room. That's what I did my very first year. My very first year convention was in Phoenix, Arizona. I stayed in a room with 3 other ladies. We had breakfast out, lunch out, and dinner. I mean, Plexus has events and stuff at night, and they actually do provide some food at some of the events. But you can, I think my very first convention cost me, with airfare and everything, it was right at $1,200. But I could have been a lot smarter and had breakfast in, like Amy and I did. Was that convention? We got
Mhm.
oatmeal bowls. We even had salads that one day that we had bought. And just because I will tell you, at convention, it is really hard to get in any kind of line. Even they brought in food trucks this year, and it was almost impossible
Oh
to
my
get
God.
food because you've got 14,000 people trying to eat.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean,
That's
it's tons of
crazy.
fun, but you can definitely make it very affordable, especially, that's in June. If you start planning now and putting away, a little bit of money every month, it's very, very doable, especially if 4 people can stay in a room together.
Nice.
So, and they're so much fun. And we usually have great entertainment. We had Darius Rucker. This
Wow.
past year was our entertainment. We've had
We had Kelly Clarkson last year.
Kelly Clarkson,
What?
Lady Annabelle. Was it Lady Annabelle?
Mhm.
Little Big Town. We had Little Big Town.
Little big deal.
Nice.
Cheryl Crow. Okay, not Cheryl Crow. What was that other girl's name that sang at Leaders Retreat? Jewel came and sang at Leaders Retreat. I actually missed that because I had to leave Leaders Retreat because it was in D.C. that year to go to a swim meet. Right there in D.C. Couldn't not go if I
Wow.
had to take Ellie. But so anyway, yeah, I think that they're all very affordable if you plan ahead. And you bunk up with people and you get your little oatmeal to go cups and you take the coffee pot in the room and make your hot water for your oatmeal to go cups and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and if it's in Las Vegas this year, they have Prime now, so you can order off of Amazon and have it delivered to your room, like your food and stuff. So,
and if it's in Vegas this year, I highly advise you to wear tennis shoes the entire time. And take some Ease packets with you, or actually just take the whole bottle with you.
Oh,
Vegas
my.
beer is my favorite.
it's so fun, though. I'm going
It's
to
a lot of
I
fun.
have made lifetime memories on those trips.
Yeah,
have.
it's a lot of fun. My very
That's
Oh,
awesome.
in Phoenix is when that was my first convention. That's when we did Haley's Diamond documentary. So Haley had rented this whole really, really cute restaurant and bar for her team to
Aw.
go to. And they filmed her Diamond documentary while we were there. So you can see a little
That's so
little
awesome.
clip of me and Dawn Delacruz in her Diamond documentary. So yeah, it's tons of fun. So much fun.
It sounds it.
Yeah. So definitely put that on your calendar for next year. Leaders Retreat and Convention. You really don't want to miss them. They're so much fun. Plexus really does roll the red carpet out for you at these events.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I guess I better get some more customers and some ambassadors going.
Keep sharing. Keep sharing away. Anybody else want to add anything about events? Questions? Let's see, we lost Kristen. I didn't get a chance to say. I didn't say hi to her. Nothing else?
No?
I'm gonna stop recording.